Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And yes, it has been a while. I was on holiday. I wanted a little break from social media, but I actually did go away on holiday, in fact. And yeah, it's good to be back now. I had a very good rest. I needed it, to be fair. Personal job getting too much at times, and then YouTube on top of it. It just wasn't healthy for the brain. But I'm back now, and I'm ready to produce some videos. So yes, today's video, it's all about which teams I think will win promotion to the Premier League and which teams I think will get relegated from the Championship. So obviously I would say the 3 teams I believe will go up, and the 3 teams which I think will go down. Now, I wanted to do like a proper prediction video after transfer deadline day, but due to timings and me being on holiday, it just didn't make sense to record a YouTube video while on holiday. You know, you're meant to enjoy your holiday. But anyway, I'm doing it like this. Hopefully you guys enjoy it like this. I feel like people want to know the promotion and the relegation sides. That's what a prediction video is all about. So yeah, I'm going to kickstart with the promotion sides, because I feel like this season the promotion teams are a lot easier to predict than the relegation sides, in my opinion. So the 3 teams which I think will win promotion to the Premier League are Bournemouth, West Brom, and also Fulham. So who do I think will go up through the playoffs? So I reckon it's going to be Bournemouth. I believe Bournemouth squad is the quality is just there from defence to attack, in my opinion. I think under Scott Parker, they'll do really well. They'll play a really good, attractive style of football. I don't think they'll have enough to compete with the top 2. I feel like they could compete with Fulham a lot more, but I feel like West Brom are the side that, you know, have pretty much everything. So if they are going to challenge for a second place finish, I think it would be with Fulham, not with West Brom. But I just think Bournemouth, this is going to be Bournemouth's year. The amount of money they have spent over the last 2 seasons, the players they have, you know, they are capable of doing great things this year. And they were a tough team to beat last year, you know, depending on what time you played them, but they were a good side last year. They managed to pick up a good bit of form at the right time in the season. But this year, in my opinion, that squad should be competing. It should be going up. And that's why I think Bournemouth will go up through the playoffs this season. Second place, I reckon it's going to be Fulham. Fulham's attack is just unreal. Mitrovic, you know, up top. I feel like any team in the Championship who has him should get promotion. You know, he just knows how to score goals at this level. You know, he's one of those players where in the Championship, he's brilliant, but in the Premier League doesn't quite cut it. So he falls in that league, you know, in between Championship and Prem. You know, it's a bit like you know, your Charlie Austins in a way as well. But yeah, 100%, I think Fulham will finish second. The only thing that's stopping Fulham, in my opinion, finishing top of the Championship is their defence. I don't think the defence is as strong as West Brom's, and I think it has a few weak players in there. That's why I think Fulham will finish second in the league. You know, they've also got Harry Wilson as well, a great player with great quality. You know, who could produce, you know, unreal numbers if he's on form in the Championship this season. And then obviously let's talk about West Brom. I do reckon West Brom will win the league. I think the former Barnsley manager, already when you watch West Brom, you can see his style of play straight away on that West Brom side. They really understand it quite well, that high press. They're causing so many problems with that long throw which they've got. At the back, they're quite solid going forward. They've got the strike force. You know, I think everywhere they're quite good. The only thing which could affect West Brom, and like any other team though in the Championship, in stopping them achieving their objective, is key players getting injured. If they can keep their key players good and fit throughout the whole season, then I don't see why they would not win the league. For me, West Brom have everything from goalkeeper to attack. Defence is solid, midfield it's got a great balance, the strike force is there. Everything about West Brom is just, you know, for me, the finished article. So I do reckon West Brom will win the league. Now, let's move on to the 3 teams which I think will get relegated from the Championship. The first one, I'm going to say Blackpool. I think Blackpool will finish second to last, in my opinion. I reckon Hull will finish bottom of the Championship. But with Blackpool, I feel like with the amount of signings they have made this season, you know, it's a completely new squad, and it does depend how quick they gel. Now, I know Blackpool fans are going to say, well, we did it in League One last year, we signed so many players. Yes, you did, but the Championship is a lot harder and a lot more difficult compared to League One, you know. Yes, it worked in League One. Is it going to work in the Championship? Well, we'll find out this season. But for me, because of that reason, I don't think that's healthy for a newly promoted Championship side. I think if you had a core already, then fair enough. But nah, I just don't think with the amount of additions you've signed, I just don't think that's going to be able to keep you up. And I don't think you've got much quality compared to the rest of the Championship table, compared to the rest of the Championship teams. I just don't think there's enough quality to keep you up. And that is the same with Hull as well. I don't think Hull have got enough quality to keep them up. I think their defence is very weak. Luton took one of their #1 defenders last season in Reece Burke. They've got good players who on their day can cause plenty of problems, don't get me wrong, and they will upset a few teams, but I just don't think they will have that consistent run of form which will keep them up this season. I just don't think they'll have it. I remember when Hull were in the Championship last, they had a fantastic first half of the season, but that was because of 2 fantastic players. They left and they just fell apart. I just don't think they've got those types of players that can help them go on a consistent run of form. I could be wrong, but look, it's a prediction at the end of the day, and I just don't think Hull are strong enough to stay up in the Championship this season. I just don't think the defence is there, in my opinion. And then the last team which I think will finish top of the relegation places is going to be Reading. Now, I predict Reading to get relegated every season, but I look at that Reading squad and I just don't see how they can stay up this year. Yeah, they've got the odd 1 or 2 who have a bit of quality, and yes, they did have a very surprising season last year, in my opinion, but I just don't think they've got enough to keep them up. And I do reckon their owners will sack the manager. They had transfer problems before the season starts. I just don't think, well, to be fair, every time I feel like Reading, everything's against Reading, they somehow pull it out the bag and they can stay up. But I just don't know. For this season, I just don't think Reading, in my opinion, will stay up. I feel like losing a few key players, obviously last season, Omar Richards is a massive one. The one that went to Crystal Palace as well, who had great quality. You know, they're good players, you know, and I don't feel like they've replaced them as well as they could have done, but obviously the transfer side of things before the season affected it as well. So yeah, Reading, Blackpool and also Hull are the 3 teams which I think will go down this season from the Championship. And if anyone wants to know where I think Luton will finish in the Championship this year, I reckon we are going to finish 10th in the Championship this season. So guys, that is the end of the video. Hopefully you did enjoy it. This is just my opinion at the end of the day, and it is also just a prediction, so please don't get, you know, feel down about it. You know, it's just a prediction. Let me know down in the comment section which 3 teams you think will go up, which 3 teams you think will go down. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.